Good morning, East Texas. I'm Micah Coltman, and this is your TylerPaper.com morning news update. It is incredibly easy to take the internet for granted. Have some of you ever thought about what you would do without your favorite TV shows or movies, if you couldn't easily access your news and information? Imagine a world with the strictest imaginable internet restriction laws, a place where internet usage requires a special permit and all of your emails are intricately monitored, a place where you are cut off from your daily TylerPaper.com morning news updates, and dare I say, a world where at the end of the long day, you can't just come home and watch Netflix and chill. Well, my friend, that place exists, and it's called Cuba. There they have something way better than drugs on the black market.
When you want to watch a movie or a TV show, you know what to do. You tap your fingers, and within a few seconds, you are watching whatever you want. It's frictionless, it's easy. But in some places, it's not so easy.
Acá no tenemos televisión extranjera, acá es televisión nacional.
Officially, there's one source of permitted media in Cuba, and it's the state.
¿Por qué? No sé, no está en mis manos. Solo sé que así funciona.
But Cubans found a way to work around this media blockade to distribute the latest in global entertainment to the entire country, coordinated entirely by an informal market of underground data traffickers, based both in Havana and the United States. It's the fruits of the internet without any of the guts.
Un señor se dedica a bajar las series, otra gente se especializa en bajar películas y otras personas en videos, otras la música y así van recopilando hasta que van armando un terabyte.
Once all the latest media from around the world is gathered onto one hard drive, the top dealers in Havana will prepare it for distribution. This extensive collection of digital media is affectionately called el paquete semanal, the weekly package.
Bueno, eso me lo dan a mí. O una persona que lo coge de otra persona que se lo coge a esa persona y así es. Al final es una cadena. Vale dos cubos y uno lo que hace es llenar un USB.
¿Hay mucho dinero en todo esto?
Pienso que sí, para los que están arriba, pienso que sí. Es un negocio.
A quick look into the paquete and you start to realize how massive this system must be to gather so much content in such a short amount of time, especially in a country that has a 5% internet penetration and an agonizingly slow connection speed.
El paquete es este, con fecha, y acá están las películas de la semana. Si se estrenan en Estados Unidos un viernes, ya tú lo tienes un lunes acá. Son fotos de tecnologías y cosas que se bajan de internet, ¿no es? Es un internet casero. Es un internet casero. Tenemos aquí los animados, aquí todo organizado, los animados. Esto ahora mismo lo están estrenando. Aplicaciones para Android. Acá tenemos una serie de todo, iPhone y muy buena calidad. Acá lo puedes ver, ya tienen ya una calidad de 1920 por 1080 Full HD.
So who's behind all this? It's definitely not one person, but somewhere down the chain there has to be a source of all this information, someone coordinating the distribution. I found a couple of 20-year-olds who make their living hustling Havana's streets, participating in the thriving industry of shadowy odd jobs. Between driving taxi bikes without a license and giving unofficial city tours to European visitors, these guys move el paquete between distributors from time to time. They led me behind the scenes in Havana, where I saw how the paquete makes its rounds every week. The distribution centers are usually in the back of cell phone repair shops or DVD stores. Hardware flowing in and out of these places doesn't attract unwanted attention. Distributors were understandably not keen about appearing on camera, but they showed me their operation and explained how clients come to their shop with a weekly order of digital content. They told me that American TV shows are in some of the highest demand, but some people show up with an empty hard drive every week and transfer the whole entire paquete. Everything from iPhone apps to indie documentaries. After poking around, I finally worked my way up the chain to discover who is coordinating this massive enterprise. They call him Danny Paquete, and he agreed to meet with me.
Busco Danny. Ah, perfecto, ya. Oye, gracias, Antonio, ¿eh? Que tenga un buen día.
Danny was with a client, so I waited for an hour in his impromptu lobby. I didn't know what to expect Danny Paquete to be like. I figured he was some kind of shady character, like anyone you would find behind some giant illegal enterprise, but I definitely didn't expect this. He's a 26-year-old who was wearing board shorts and no shirt when I arrived. He looked a lot more like a lazy college sophomore than a kingpin of a national black market of pirated media. But after 5 minutes of sitting in his office with a client in the room, I quickly gained a respect for Danny and the media machine that he's running. As Danny's 40-year-old assistant helped load the hard drive of a local distributor, I watched a live feed of the popular Spanish network Telemundo digitizing on the screen. Danny must have a hidden satellite and a fake water tower on his roof, a fairly common Cuban practice. Danny's girlfriend wandered in and began watching a Discovery Channel documentary about a farmer who almost died on a tractor in Iowa. So much for the control of information by the Castros.
La serie que sale hoy por la noche, al otro día la tenemos aquí para mañana. Tenemos varias gente que se responsabilizan por cada sección del paquete. Todos ellos hacen su trabajo, me lo entregan a mí y después yo lo saco para la población.
There's one other competitor in Havana for national paquete consumers. Danny recently started sending one of his runners on an airplane to the far corners of the country in order to get a leg up on the competition.
Todo negocio tiene su competencia, si no, nos estancamos en un lugar. Tengo que tener competencia para poder superarme cada día, cada semana.
There's no way of knowing exactly how many paquete consumers there are in Cuba. But of the hundreds of people I talked to while there, only 2 had never heard of this, and most were consumers themselves. So if there's one thing all of this taught me, it's that when people want information, they're gonna find a way to get it. Cubans live on an island, cut off from the world's information for almost 6 decades, and they've come up with some pretty innovative workarounds to their situation. As more technology slowly spreads onto the island, we can only imagine what they'll think up next.
This morning's featured Focus In on .me photo gallery was taken by our Jan Barton at the unveiling of the new concert shell by the East Texas Symphony Orchestra. All of the photos are available for purchase. Visit Focus In on .me by clicking the photo link at the top of any TylerPaper.com page. Thanks for watching and look for more news updates throughout your day.